Happy Flosstube Friday, friends. My name is Kari. This is Tiger Lily Designs. Welcome to Flosstube episode number 68. Yay! Happy Friday. Happy May. I can't see without putting on my glasses. 26. I have a crazy reflection, so I'm going to try to do without my glasses today. May 26th. Happy Friday, friends. So today on the table, I've got lots of good stuff for you, as I try to do every week. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Today I'm going to have cross stitch and some bag making for you. Super fun to share. But my channel is mainly about cross stitch, quilting, knitting, making all the things in the world of textiles and thread and floss and things. So I hope you stick around and see if it's something that you like. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks so much for coming back. So as I like to do, let's dig right into my table of contents so that you know what we're going to be talking about today. Today I've got a whip for you. I got some whip work on a big girl that I showed you guys last week. I have a piece that I finished quite a while ago, but I finally got the time and the perfect frame to finish this piece. So I'm excited to show you that. I have another whip, big girl, that you haven't seen in a while. So that's always fun to have some progress. I do have some fun haul that came in this week that I want to share with you. And last but not least, like I just teased, and you probably saw in the thumbnail, I am getting ready for StitchCon. And what does that mean? That means I made myself a bag. And I'm pretty excited about it, if I do say so myself. So I'm going to show you all the bells and whistles associated with that bag, tell you about it, and we're going to talk about maybe you want a bag too. Not by me, but maybe you want to sell some bags. We'll see. We'll talk about it later. So let's just dive right into the world of cross stitching first, shall we? Okay, I'm going to put on my glasses because I feel like I cannot see. Everything is blurry right now. So excuse the crazy sunshine reflection from the window in front of me. I tried to block it out. I'm filming at a different time today, so the sun is shining right in. Not something I normally complain about. I love the natural light that comes in my studio. It doesn't make for a non-glare glasses video, but such is life. You're not here to look at my glass reflection anyway. We're looking at some stitching, friends. So, like I said, I can see now. So, Miss Sue Bonnet. This is my project keeper. This was my new start, my Mother's Day new start that I showed you guys. Remember, Fox and Rabbit, Dorothy's sampler. So super excited about that piece. Let's pull out my project tracker cards. I've got this. So this is a double project tracker card, meaning there was more than 15 colors. There are 23, 5 per thing, 23, yay. So if you don't know, these are my own design. I get this question multiple times every week. So bear with me if you already know this, but I do sell, these are my original design, just as a way for, all the things that I usually come up with is because of necessity, something I want or need. And so I figure maybe you guys want them too. So anyway, this is my project tracker card. You can get them. There's a link down below in the description if you want to grab a pack of 10 or a pack of 50 from my website. That's that. But in the meantime, remember, this was a full Kari custom conversion from the DMC to the overdyes. So I did show a picture. I did post this on Instagram, so you don't have to worry about taking a screenshot. If you love the colors that I've got so far, and you want to join me in the world of overdyes, it was charted in Auvert and DMC. I like to switch things up, as I like to do in the world of Tiger Lily, and change all the colors, kind of just give the variegation, and you shall see. But let's talk about it. This is I'm stitching mine on 16 count LFA Old North Church. Now, again, if you're new here, welcome. I am an Aida stitcher. I stitch everything on an Aida, and I love it. Samplers, big girls, smalls, pillows, all the things. I just can't see on the linens, and that's okay. That's not going to stop me from doing the pretty things. And so this is on 16 count, which is kind of my sweet spot, I think. At least the 16 count LFA Aida. It's called LFA Linens. It's the name of her company. It's not confusing at all, but it's Aida. And so my friend Sue is the dyer. LFA stands for Legacy Fiber Arts, and she's a hand dyer Connecticut, moving to Vermont. Yay. Congratulations, Sue. But I get it from Rachel at Treehouse Fiber Arts. I will link everybody down below, but I get that question a lot. So I like to just share the love. That's my favorite Ada. I stitch on other ones, but it is my favorite, especially for my big girls. 16 count. And on 16 count, I do 2 strands over 1. I get that question. 14 and 16 LFA, 2 strands, 18 and 20, 1 strand. Okay. Let's see. So this girl measures 247 by 323, and this was my Mother's Day start. I told a story last week of how I kitted this up with Lily at my local L&S. So fun. So here are all my overdyes. I am working on putting these on floss drops. Right now, they're just on the cards that come with them. So not fun, but I'm going to make it pretty. This girl will be around a while, so she's going to get pretty. Don't worry. Oh my gosh. And part of my haul. Thank you very much for the enabling, Chantel, at 141, but I will show you what I have, and now I've gone down the rabbit hole. It is crazy. So, like I said, this is Dorothy's sampler, so let's pull her out, shall we? So, last week, I started her, I think I'd started her. Yeah, I had done a couple days. Of course, I did not bring my board, but I had done a couple days, just worked on it's a center start, because I frame myself. And you'll see later on during my frame finish that I do frame myself. So I do play a little bit of fabric chicken, I guess is what you call, because this was right at the sweet spot at the 16 count, and you do the math associated with the size and the stitch count and all the things. If I wanted a good 3-inch margin, I would have had to go up in size in the fabric. And so I ended up doing a 2-inch margin. And so I always feel more confident when I do that with the center start. So I started in the center right here. I think it was right here, right at the top of this flower part is where the center start was. And so I think I had some of the teal flowers. Well, from there last week, friends, I just went gangbusters. It was almost monogamous Dorothy sampler week is really what it was. Okay, hold on. First of all, let's just, at the gorgeousness of this LFA Old North Church. This was, I believe, one of their colors of the quarter. They had a monthly, like a quarterly fabric club. They don't have it anymore, but that was 2022. But now I'm pretty sure that this is one of their staple colors now. But oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, so you can see I got lots, like I said, monogamous stitching was my jam. And okay, so this is a prime example of one of the things I love about switching the colors up. So as you can see right here, hold on. So let's look, shall we? So see this flower, this is what I'm doing, right? So there's a light pink and then there's a reddy color, right? Well, this light pink that I chose, not only is it light pink, it is variegated like you don't know, okay? And so I'm gonna show you. First of all, I had so much fun kitting this up at In Stitches, and I was just pulling things off the wall. I have never heard of this color, and now I feel I need to go back because A, it's on one of their old cards, so I wonder if they don't even make it. This was Crescent Colors, which we all know is Classic Colorworks now, so hopefully this color even still exists, but it's called Orangina. And look at the heavy variegation on that, and that's what's giving me so much movement. So love it, okay? And so I love this stitch. I'm having so much fun. I'm trying to get all, it's not completely there. There's more Orangina, and then I can keep working on it. But that is the progress. I felt like I made pretty good progress. I am going to insert a picture sometime right here. Side story is, okay, so beautiful. Nature is beautiful. And I'm going to put a picture right here of a rose that Patrick and I found this week at a big box store. And if you go to a big box store multiple times a week looking at their plants, sometimes you get lucky. And we found this rose that is gorgeous, and it's the rainbow of colors in real life. And when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, that is my Dorothy sampler rose, but in like real life. I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't even know what I didn't know, but it is gorgeous. So anyway, so fun. This big girl, like I said, will be around for a while, but she got lots of stitchy fun. So I would love for you to join if you have thought about picking up Dorothy's sampler. Jessica at Sweetwater Stitcher said, oh, pickles. Actually, I don't know if she said all pickles, but she was like, I've been thinking about starting that, and now I might just have to. Yes, you do. Come on down. Come on over. She'll be around for a while, and she's so fun. And so let's just stay with the fox and rabbit theme, shall we? So okay, so I went and grabbed it. It didn't make it over to the table yet. But this, like I said, fox and rabbit is also one of my favorite designers in the world of big girls, and the historical samplers that speak to Karen always speak to me, it feels like. But they do a mystery sampler stitch along every year, and I started at gangbusters in January, and then I kind of just fell off the train. I'm getting back on the train, because I was having so much fun stitching that fox and rabbit. I was like, you know what? I need to go pull her out. And so what am I talking about? I went and I downloaded, I'm still on January, friends. Full disclosure. But I went and now I have downloaded. So every month on the first of the month, they release the free piece of that month. And so I went and downloaded the full through May. So January, February, all of May. So this is what it's been released so far. So this was January. I don't know the pieces for what was what for the other months, but February, March, April, May with the rest of the pieces. They do segment it into manageable bite sizes. At least this one was the first one. It's a little big. If I had been monogamously stitched on it, I might have gotten it done, but I didn't because I like to squirrel and stitch all the things. So anyway, this I am stitching, like I said, it is the Royal 2023 Royal Gardens Fox and Rabbit. I'm stitching mine on 18 count Dunes at Dusk, another LFA Ada. That is gorgeous. It is 334 by 360. The fabric, I gave myself a 2-inch margin, again, because of what I said. So the fabric measures 23 by 24. I am using, at least for the January part, I haven't decided if I'm going to make this a full one color stitch or if I'm going to switch to different shades of pink. If you don't know, pink is like my spirit color. And so I love it. And I'm thinking I'm going to kind of just pull from all the different pinks in my world. But right now, at least for January, I am using a Hank of the Moe's Silk pink. It was called Rosie, and I got a Hank. Like I said, I've talked about Moe's silk lots of times, but this is a variegated gorgeous silk that I'm using for this. And let me just show you the progress I have made. So close to January being done. Like, I just couldn't keep my eyes open. There was 2 nights that I did this. It was so close. Yes, and see, I even just let well, hold on. The needle's gonna fall, and then I'm gonna be I'll be up a creek later on when I try to get it. And yes, I know I should have a needle minder, but you know, life goes on. Oh, so close. Can you see? I'm just finishing this one flower right here and the leaf associated with that flower up, connecting it to the main flower. And then January will be done. So gorgeous. So you can see how tight my margin is? Right here is the top of the flower. That's my top of the fabric. Like I said, my 2 inches was pretty spot on. So and I love the variegation of this Moe's silk. Let's back it up so you can see. Like I said, this was Dunes at Dusk, I think. The modeling on the LFA Ada is just my favorite. I just love it. It's subtle, but it's there and it's gorgeous. So many colors, beautiful, beautiful sampler colors. So that is the progress I made on the fabulous Fox and Rabbit Mystery Sow. So hopefully, I won't make any promises. I get myself into a pickle when I start to think, I'm gonna do this, that, and the other thing. Really? None of it ever happens that way. Because I wasn't planning on pulling this out, but it was just one of those like zig and zag on a Wednesday night. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. And I did. Perfect, right? So let's just dig right in. Hold on. While we're here in the world of things, I do want to go ahead and call the winner from last week's video. We had a giveaway last week, and so I used the random YouTube comment generator picker thing. You had to use the word pink. Remember, I don't do giveaways every week. That's just not my thing, but I do them every once in a while. I do them big milestones, subscriber counts, random days. I do Mother's Day bundles just for fun. Like, I just try to keep things fun and spicy here on the channel. Hopefully it keeps you coming back. I'd love for you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. But in the meantime, let me announce the winner for the Pink Hill Manor, which was last week's giveaway. So we had to use the word pink. Remember, we talked about pink, spirit color, all the things. So my friend Paulette Habit, congratulations. You won the chart for the last week's giveaway. And so I'm ready to pop this in the mail for you. So down below is my email. Shoot me an email, say hi, and give me your name and address, and I will pop this in the mail to you. So congratulations. And also, while I'm in the administration section of the video, I do want to say thank you so much to my friend Carol. She used my Buy Me a Coffee link I have down in the description box below. So sweet, super supportive. She's bought some keepers. She's loving her patriotic keeper. I love that so much. I love seeing my keepers out living their best life in the world. Super supportive, super sweet. I appreciate the support that you give my channel with the Buy Me a Coffee link. I use it for shipping and giveaways and administration and all the things. So thank you to my friend Carol. All right, moving right along. I want to show you the fully finished. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the chart anymore to show you what's what. And that is because my friend Sarah and I, we kind of like traded charts. We were both stitching something else and we finished around the same time. And I was like, ooh, I love that. I'll have to add that to my list. She's like, ooh, I love that. I have to add that to my list. And I said, well, instead of us both adding them to our list, why don't we swap? So we did. We passed the stash of the charts. We're sharing charts with friends. It's kind of like sharing your favorite book. So I can't show you the chart, but this was a Quaker's Welcome. I'm 95% sure that's the name of this chart. It's by Lila Studios. I'm not quite sure which is. Some people think that they know how to pronounce it. I don't think I know. I don't know who the expert is. I would say Lila or Lila is, but I don't think she has a floss tube. So Lila Studios. Yes, I'm sorry. Which way is right? Please tell me. This is a Quaker's Welcome. Now I stitched this, I'm going to say a couple years ago, and I fully finished it last year when I was stitching, and I did a full Miss Sadis silk collection floss, or a floss conversion to Miss Sadis silk. And since then, Miss Sadis has curated a full Tiger Lily conversion floss pack. So you can do, if you like this chart, you can go, I will link this down below, and you can go and get this full, all the floss you need, add fabric, add chart, ready to go. So super sweet. She just loved the conversion and lots of people have used it. But in the meantime, I had not found a piece to finish it. Now I did stitch this on, of course, this was also before my project tracker cards. So I'm not really 100% positive what fabric this is. I used 2 strands of floss. I can tell you that much because it ate the silk like it was its job. So it's either 14 or 16 count. Looking at it, I'm guessing 16. I'm guessing 16 count, but that is really just an, I don't even want to say educated guess. It's a wild ass guess. I could pull out my measuring tool, my gauge stitch count tool, and figure it out. But what I've learned is that this is not a hand dyed. Again, this was before my tracker card, so I can't even tell you what fabric this is. I can tell you it's not hand dyed. It is off the bolt, either Zweigart or Witchelt. Not sure which. Gosh, not very fun. I'm not very full of information on this one. The moral of the story is whatever the size is, it ended up needing a funky size frame. And like I said, I like to frame myself. So I go to thrift stores, consignment shops, antiquing, all the things. I've always got a list of frames sizes that I'm looking for. In the odd chances that I found this really random frame that has this really weird picture in it and that I could pop out and reuse the frame, right? Well, it hadn't happened. And I had done this one for a while ago. And when I was at Hobby Lobby, of all the places, last 2-3 weeks ago, looking for the How Sweet It Is frame, I found in the clearance section a 12 by 15 frame. Now, when it says 12 by 15, that's awesome, except for it's 12 by 15 with the lip. Do you know what I mean? So like when you get a frame, let me just show you. Yay! So when you get a frame, so inside here, and of course I'm not a framer, so I don't know the correct terminology. What this situation is actually called, I don't know. But in layman's terms, inside, underneath, there's like a 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch, sometimes 1/2 inch. It depends on the frame. There's a lip, and the lip is obviously what catches it, what holds your piece in, right? So it doesn't just pop out the hole. So when you look and the measurements are given, you can't be sure that the opening is actually 12 by 15. The inset on this one, it's a 1/2 inch lip I'm just going to call it a lip. That's probably not what it's called. But there's about a 1/2 inch lip on the inside. So of course I'm in the Hobby Lobby with my tape measure. I knew I was going to check, and I brought this piece, stuck it in, all the things. Perfect. Because of the 1/2 inch lip. I had found one earlier that had a 1/4 inch lip, and it just was a little too much space on the perimeter. I'm not a huge fan of, like, this is about as much as I want. It's almost too much, but the reality is a 12 by 15 frame in the clearance section. I paid $8.24, friends. I couldn't pass it up. Yes, I spent months, weeks, hours, hundreds of hours stitching this, so I should, suck it up and buy an expensive frame. But I like to spend my money on the stitching stuff instead. So I was happy enough with the margin that this 12 by 15 frame gave me. I pinned it. I do a foam core pinning. It's got 1,000 different pins. It does have a batting on the foam core, and then I pin all around it, stretch it, tape it. I haven't finished the back, but now it's ready to hang in my house. And so let me just show you. See, so that is the Miss Sadis silk. Look at the variegation in that pink. Love it so much. So I knew we were moving into our home in 2022, so I customized it with that year. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So it's not black. It's like a bluey black. I forget what number. All of Miss Sada's colors, she does them by numbers. And so this is one of her numbers. But like I said, I will link down below. She has a full thread conversion kit that you can just add to cart and get if you love these colors that I did. And so the pink house and the pineapple and the trees, I love it. And I'm so excited. I knew exactly where this was going to hang in my house, and the spot has been empty for almost a year now because I was just waiting to find the perfect frame. Patience, friends. And so I found it, and I can't wait to go hang it up. So now we're to the haul portion of the video. Welcome. I usually don't get too much haul, or at least not too much haul that I can share. That's not true. I get lots of haul. Lots of bolts of fabric down below. You can't see these empty. These are empty bolts. I get lots of things in the mail, but they're for project keepers, for the keeper club, for the shop update, for the advent box, all the things. So I can't show you that haul. But this week I did get 2 pieces of haul that are super fun, and I wanted to share with you. Now, I am going to show you this because I think it's super fun and you'll appreciate it, but sadly, I think they're sold out. Last year in 2022, I have never been a part of any Crazy Annie stitching clubs. She's got a Facebook group and an Instagram and a website, and she does a lot of different clubs throughout the year. I've never been a part of one. I've always just watched from afar and admired and thought, oh, those are so fun. Well, last year in 2022, somewhere during the middle of the year, I saw the post on, oh my gosh, those are so great. And of course, in the middle of the year, you can't get in the club. It's only like a January through December club. Well, so then the next year, nowish, she sells the kits, like last year's club kits. And so I had been waiting patiently, watching, stalking, waiting. I was like, oh my gosh, those are so perfect. I wish I could have gotten the club. I wish I saw, sometimes you have a lot of FOMO. You see these things and you're like, oh my gosh, how did I not see that 2 years ago? Because that is totally my jam. I missed it. But thankfully I was lucky enough, I think, to get one of the last kits. So it's a full kit, meaning it's all 12 patterns. So the 12 months, right? It's a club. And the finishing kit. So the finishing kit, let me show you the finishing kit part. It's just some vanilla chenille trim from Lady.Creates and 2 packages of seed beads. Okay, so I've done some seed beads on my Mill Hill kits or my Satsuma Street kits. That's the extent. But what charts did I get? Now I am going to leave them in the package because there's 12 of them and y'all don't want to watch me do that. Did you see? It's the 12 Days of Christmas Stocking Ornament Club from Annie Beez Folk Art. So if you don't know, I love 12 Days of Christmas. Look, 2 days. I haven't even looked at these. I just opened. Look at the 3 French hens. And so I'm 95% sure I am not going to be stitching these on black because stitching on black is not my jam. But I will do, I don't know. I'll have to see. But I love 12 Days of Christmas. I am doing the Hello from Liz Matthews 12 Days of Christmas full sampler charts. I need to pull those out. But these are just the cutest. I love a good stocking. I mean, I've got a 12 Days of Christmas stocking ornament piece from Vipsters. I think I have like 5 of the months done, or 5 of the days done. And then I've got my Santa ones done. But these are so adorable. And stitching wise, it would stitch up real quick, right? Super sweet. It's the finishing that looks like it might be a little bit of a challenge, but that's okay. So what they do, it says design size is 50 by 67, at least on this one. So there's the 2 beads. You make your own cording. So this is just DMC cording. It's one color. Totally can do that. Got my power tool cording maker situation. Have you seen that? I love that. Cardboard to make the stocking shape, and then coordinating fabric on the back. So cute. So that was my fun haul. And I know it's not fun for me to show you, but maybe you put it on your wish list. Maybe it will be something that will pop up in a D-stash one day. Maybe it'll be something that you can put like in eBay. I know eBay sometimes gets you, but you can put a search on it. Or maybe Annie Beez is going to be allowed to release it sometime soon. I don't know. I don't know the rules and regs of things like that with the clubs, and then how long their exclusive rights last. It's a little bit out of my knowledge range. But first of all, they're super adorable, and I'm excited just to add those to my 2-stitch stash. Now, the other piece of haul, I have to thank my friend Chantel from 141 Design Company. She is adorable. So I'm watching one of her whip parades, I do believe. She did another whip parade here recently. I don't remember what video it was on, to be honest with you. I watched them all. So it could have been when she was auditioning which pieces to take to stitch at StitchCon. Slow down, Kari. So, but in the meantime, that's not the moral of the story. The moral of the story is she showed these floss drops. Now, like I said during the thing, sometimes I don't even, if it's a short piece or a quick stitch piece, I don't take the time to put them on floss drops. I don't know. It's just not how I spend my time. But when it's going to be a long piece, like a big girl, she deserves the honor. I like pretty things. And so she deserves the honor of her own floss drops. A, because I like it to be pretty. And B, because lots of times I do custom conversions, right? So it gets a little bit difficult, pain in the buttski to have to, okay, here I have Orangina, right? Okay, so I had Orangina on my floss. And of course, I know right now what I'm doing, but when I go to somewhere else, I don't know. So then I have to go to the chart and I have to look, okay, here's the star. Here's the star. Go to the back of the chart and say star. Star is DMC 123. It's not, but star DMC 123. And then I go from the back of the chart to my tracker card to say, okay, DMC 123 equals, ribbon red. I don't know. One of those things. So it's like a 4-step process to figure out, okay, I'm stitching these stars. How do I get to here? Well, on these things where I do color conversions and there's 23 colors, like on Dorothy's samplers, it gets a little like, it's a lot of work. So how can I minimize those steps, right? So what I do, as people do, is these floss drops. And not only do I put on the back of my floss drops, do I put ribbon red, classic colorworks, whatever it is, I put the DMC 123, it's what it's replacing. And then I also try to do, to the best of my ability, I draw the symbol. So that way on the back of my floss drop is the symbol for that specific chart. It's a big girl. She's going to be around for like a year. So the symbol, the DMC equivalency, and then what it really is, classic color, it's ribbon red or whatever it is. So my floss drops become a one and done situation. And so when I was watching Chantel sometime here recently, she showed a set of Fruit Loops floss drops. Yep, you heard me right. the cereal box. They were flipping adorable. Okay, first of all, perfect. The cardboard, like paper is flimsy. I've broken some paper ones. They've come off. I'm a little rough and tumble sometimes. And you know, the little circle at the top where it's on the rings, I've pulled 2 of the rings out. So then I have to toss that one and utilize a new one. So I liked the concept of a cardboard, the thicker consistencies. That's why those business card ones are perfect, that people do the floss drop trading thing. But this cereal box one, not only were they adorable, right? Because a Fruit Loops like every color of the rainbow, they were circles. Okay, so let me show you what I did. Now, I didn't have Fruit Loops box. I might be going to the store and just picking out food based on how pretty the cardboard box is. Yes, I might do that. I've got kids will eat anything, right? So this was a cereal box that was in my closet. Okay, red berries. Now, I didn't want it to say red berries or have a thing of cereal. It needs to be pretty. But look, just the red and white. Let me just show you, okay? They're fun and they're abstract. It's just the red and the white. Again, they're nice and flimsy. I will not pull this off. It is a nice cardboard. I just found it's very abstract-y, the red and the white. This will be perfect for like a Christmas stitch because of the colorway of this. And I ended up getting, I don't know, about 15 from the box. This is the cat's pajamas, friends. I will link this. Amazon brought it to me in 2 days. Took me a while to find the right one because you're punching cardboard. So it's the Fiskars thick. It says it can cut through balsa wood and leather. I don't know anything about that. I know that it punches through heavy duty Costco thick cardboard boxes, like cereal boxes. So I'm very excited about it. And they're just adorable. And so then I also got, and I did not bring it over, but I also got a heavy duty 10 millimeter, that's a liquid, millimeter punch. Is a heavy duty punch. So I will link both punches. Amazon brought them to me, that are perfect. This one's a little harder. It said it was heavy duty and it punched through it, but I was using a little more elbow grease than I like. This was easy breezy. So I might not have found the most perfect for this part, but this one, I was looking for a Fiskars thick this size. They don't have it. But then I just used my regular hole punch and really got my, squeezy thing in, and I got those squeezed in. So anyway, perfect. So fun. Like I said, I'm now addicted. I've already raided the closet. We don't have any more boxes that are fun and that are colorful, that it's not going to be like, I don't know. I'm weird, I guess, but I'm so excited. So excited. Your favorite things, your other things, but that's why I didn't pay for these. I took some time to punch them out, but they're so fabulous. So thanks, Chantal. I'm now addicted to making floss drops out of boxes. All right, friends, are you ready for what's next? Yay! So speaking of my friend Chantal, this should be like Chantal made me do it. Maybe that's what I should label this. Chantal made me do it. I was watching another video of all the bags video. She has a great video that shows you all different kinds of bags, project bags, all the things. And she showed one of her bags. She called it her retreat bag. And of course, I'm going to StitchCon for the first time. It's my first retreat. I'm super excited. StitchCon, it is like 10 days away, I think. I'm leaving on a Tuesday, way before StitchCon, because I'm going to go and play with my friends Shelly and Liz, antique needleworkers, and we're going to go antiquing. So I'm super excited. I leave in like 10 days, have not packed a lick, not a thing. All I'm doing is still making. That's how I roll, really. I make things up until like the night before I'm getting in the car or on the plane. I pretty much think that that's what's going to happen because I've got my smalls exchanged, not done. My table mate gifts are right over there. Like, 25% done. They're flipping adorable, but they're only 25% done. Here's more table mate, like super fun and all the things. Like, I just love, I'm one of those people that my favorite part, not my favorite part, of course, you know, kids' birthday parties were super fun, but I'm not one of those like go to the dollar store and just buy some favors. Everything was a little over the top because it's fun. That's the creative fun for me. So like I do have a table. I'm super excited for my friends at the table. We've already got a plan. And so I get to make like super custom things. And I might just like keep making things just because it's so fun. Like I love the creative part. So speaking of the creative part, so I'm watching Chantel and she's showing her retreat bag and I'm like, okay, I'm a bag maker. I cannot show up at a retreat with just like a standard tote bag or one of my t-shirt tote bags. It's just not enough. I need to go big. A, because that's who I am, and B, because it's so much fun. And oh my gosh. So down the rabbit hole I went. Chantel made me do it. I found what I do believe to be the pattern that was used by Tammy Blaylock to make the retreat bag for Chantel. It is a by Annie's Ultimate Travel Bag 2.0. So if you look at this Travel Bag 2.0, it's just this beautiful bag with webbing, a double luggage zipper, a zipper pocket here, a over the roller doodie there, 2 water bottle pockets on the side. It's got every bell and whistle. And then the inside is also belled and whistled out. So when I went down the rabbit hole of finding my retreat bag and I saw this and I'm like, I think this is that. And now I have to put a Tiger Lily twist on this. So what I did is I got the pattern. Step 1, I wasn't going to reinvent the wheel. Like By Annie makes beautiful bags. If you don't follow, in case you don't know, this is my Tula Pink shelf. And then this is some Tula Pink. It's kind of expanding. I am a Tula Pink super fan in the world of fabric. And so if you follow Tula Pink's Instagram, which I do, you will see that every time she does a collection, she's got a whole collection of bags as well. All fantastic. Everything is better if it's in a pretty bag, right? And so she's got bags upon bags and she always makes them with her collection. They're always gorgeous, but they're always By Annie patterns. So listen, I think if Tula Pink can use By Annie patterns, far be it for me to think I'm going to do anything better. So let's just get this pattern. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the pattern after I show you the bag because it's fun in case you want to know. But let's look at the bag, shall we? Compared to my head. Okay, hold on. So this is the Tiger Lily retreat bag. And I am so excited about it. Okay, so like you saw in the pattern picture, she does one color and then one color for the webbing. That's adorable. I, of course, needed to use lots of Tula Pink fabric. And so what I did is I went to my stash. So lots of out of print. A lot of these ones are out of print fabrics, so I use them. They have to be like, it's got to be super special for me to use it. And for example, this has some out of print fabric. It also has some current fabric. But so what this has is this has a zipper pocket in the front. This is the Moon Garden Peony. It's right here. There will be, this will be part of the July Keeper Club. The July shop update. It will not be a Keeper Club. The July shop update will have some Tula Pink Moon Garden. I've had lots of requests. It's coming, I promise. So I use this peony because it's gorgeous. And then there's a pocket here for just showing in. And then of course I had to fussy cut this dragonfly. So this whole panel was fussy cut so the dragonfly would be centered in the front. That's also part of the Moon Garden. So that's relatively recent. You can still get that one. This is the gorgeous bird. If you know, you know, I've got a little bit of a bird problem. It's not a problem. I love it. I love my birds. So I had to, okay, first of all, look at this little rainbow bird. So I had to use the birds as part of my pockets. And then I had to fussy cut. This was a cute piece. This is an out of print one. I forget, but this was just a scrap. So I save every tiny little sliver of a scrap if it's Tula Pink, because I make these crumb bags. See over here, this is a crumb bag. Crumb, you're like, what? So this is called crumb quilting is what this is. It means you're using your quarter size scrap because it's gorgeous. And so I use that. This orange, okay, because if pink is my spirit color, but orange is a close second. Like they could be tied. So this one that's orange and pink, of course, this was an out of print. I had to breathe deep to actually cut into that one because it's on the bottom and the top. And I think I used all of my out of print, but it's okay. That you buy the fabric to use it, right? That's what I told myself. And so now I get to look at it every time. And so it's got the double luggage zipper, right? And then you go inside. Now, if you've gotten the Keeper Club, you recognize this. This is a cute, this was the cover panel. I've got a little bit of scraps on that one. This was the inside of the January Keeper Club. These are inside pockets. Then you flip over to this side and it's got a zipper pocket just of, this was part of their true colors. So that's a consistent line you can get. And then of course, rather than making fabric straps with the fabric, I used Tula Pink Webbing, 1.5 inch webbing, got all the hardware. This is all by Annie's Hardware that I got, made the webbing. And then of course, you know, no shoulder bag is complete because hopefully I'm going to fill this thing up to the brim with gorgeous, fantastic, all my Stitchy supplies that are going to go with me to StitchCon. I have to start packing. I'm waiting for Chantel to tell me what to pack. She, I think, is releasing a video. I'm going to go pack and then I'm going to pack what she tells me to, or at least what she packs. So then you make this gorgeous little strap. And so that way when it, you know, weighs an ever-loving ton, it doesn't put in a dent in your shoulder. Ah, I'm so in love with this pattern. Okay, with this bag. The pattern? Let's talk about it, shall we? I feel like I'm a pretty, this is not a beginner pattern. This, I feel like I'm a pretty good, I don't make a lot of bags. I make project keepers. I make knitting bags, which is basically like a zipper. And I've made tote bags. But this with the inside French seams, but not French seams, but you bind every seam. So there's no exposed seams on the inside, right? This is a well constructed bag. It is made, she used soft and stable. I used the same foam that I use for my project keepers because I have bolts of it. And so I was like, I'm just going to use what I have. And so mine is using foam, which supposedly weighs a little more than soft and stable. I have used soft and stable before, but I didn't see the justification for the drastic difference in price. So I just used the Pellon foam that I use. And then of course, everything is quilted. So you can see, I don't know if you can see, but they all have crosshatch quilt. There you go. You can see like this is on everything. So it was super, super, I love the bag. Love the bag. And when I was done, like snipped all the threads and I was done, I was super excited. I wanted to make another one the next day. Not exactly right at that moment, but the next day I wanted it because it was so much fun. Because as a creative person, pulling, I don't know how many different fabrics, eight different fabrics, and pulling them and coordinating them all together. That was my favorite part. And fussy cutting these dragonflies and the peony. Now I did learn that this peony should have gone here and that should have gone there, but you know, you learn what you learn. The pattern's tricky. Like, I'm just going to be honest with you. It's a beautiful bag. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bag. And obviously I got it done. But I affectionately call this my 12-hour bag. Because yes, it took me 12 hours to sew. I did have a lunch break, a working lunch break, but this was my Sunday. This was my 12-hour Sunday bag. Now, obviously the first time you do something, it's going to take forever. You're learning, you're understanding, you're reading the directions 17 times. I'm not understanding because this pattern is a lot of words, not a lot of pictures. There's like 2 add-on videos. I am a watcher video learner or a listen audio. You learn different ways, right? You learn different ways when you were in school and you're like, okay, do I learn by reading or doing or watching or thinking or whatever? And I learned that I don't learn this way. I basically taught myself because, and thankfully I had the foundation of knowledge to apply it. And there are 2 parts in this pattern where I read her directions 10 times. I'm like, that is not how I would do it. Why would I want an exposed seam on the inside of the zipper? I could do it this way and not. There are two, so listen, not. I know nothing. I bow down to the By Annie bags. It's just, if you learn like me, it might be a little tricky, might be a little complicated, and it might be like a little frustrating because a 12-hour bag, there were 2 different times. So I was like, yeah, maybe I'm just going to contact now. Maybe this is not my thing. Maybe I just need to, but that's not how I roll. I just put my head down and pushed on. And I'm so thankful I did. I love it. And I have another bag, a like messenger sling bag pattern. I bought 2 patterns. And so I'm going to try the next one, but it's really, really tricky. And so I tried to find people to help. And obviously it's a paid for pattern, so I can't do a tutorial on it. That's not, you know, you can't do that. You have to buy the pattern. So I don't know, but it's really, really an awesome, awesome bag. I wish there was a class. There's not an online class. Maybe there is. I don't know if I'm allowed to do a class. Like I used to do classes back in my previous lives in-house, in like quilt shops. And I know that you can teach quilt patterns at quilt shops in person. Okay, but no, that ain't gonna work, right? That's not gonna work right now. I wonder if I can get permission to do, you know, you buy the pattern, everybody, and you're in the Zoom private class, whether I can kind of do a quilt bag class with you buying the pattern and Anna getting everything she should get, but it's an online Zoom thing. It's not a YouTube video because that's not fair, but I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out. Do you have any interest? That's the end of my thing is I love this bag. I'm definitely going to be making more. I love to share with my friends and teach my friends. That's why I like, you know, I've had that quilt runner video and I showed you guys how to do the quilting, and I've got something else coming up. It is so fun. And I'm going to teach y'all how, like my Project Keeper pattern that I sell is not only a paper pattern, it's a full 1.5-hour video tutorial, step by step. You pause, you do it type of step. And that's because that's how I learn. And so obviously I can't do that with somebody else's pattern, but I could do a scheduled class, I'm pretty sure. So, and I can sell the kits associated, because that's the other thing, this is a very costly bag, as all things are when you make handmade. Like we all know that. They make the jokes like go buy a sweater at the Gap for $20. Not really, but wherever, or make it for $150 worth of yarn and 1,700 hours of your time. We all know, right? Like as makers, as doers, we know that the quality is completely different, and it's not apples to apples. But the hardware, sourcing the webbing, sourcing the foam, you end up having to buy. Now, of course, I have a lot of these on hand, but you end up having to buy way more than you need for one bag. And so as I was doing this, I was thinking, wouldn't it be fun or beneficial for my friends if I could sell, you know, people sell quilt kits all the time. If I was able to put together for you guys, basically a bag, except for the fabric, because the fabric is what's the fun part. And I would give you a list of, you know, if you want 7 fabrics, you need this, that, and the other thing. But what you put together with the not so fun stuff, the webbing, the hardware, the foam, the zippers, that way you don't have to buy 10, you know, a package of Soft and Stable gives you way more than you need for one bag. Or when you buy the hardwares, it comes with in 2 or 4, and sometimes you only need 1 of a particular hardware, which is just silly. So unless you're going to be making multiple ones, but you don't know if you are. Anyway, that's my story. I've rambled on way too long about this bag, but I'm looking for some feedback. So, you know, I'm always looking for things that you guys want, that you want to do with me, that I can help make. I love to help you make things. I love to help you learn new things, make new things, do it yourself. If you want to do it and you're like, okay, I got that pattern in my, and it's like, it blew me away. So don't be worried. But it's just one of those things like, let's work together. So give me some feedback. My email is down below. DM me on Instagram, comment down below. Just let me know. What do you think? Obviously this is not something I'm doing next month. My entire summer is booked bonker sauce with, I've got 2 trips coming up in June, and you know, Lily's home from college. I've got big news from Lily. I'm not sharing it this week, but it's super exciting. And we just have a busy summer plan. So this is not something that we're going to be doing. This will not be for your retreat in July. But I'm putting the wheels together, putting the things together, starting to plan for the fall of some make-alongs, do-alongs, quilt-alongs, knit-alongs. I'm not going to knit along. Just sew-alongs, make-alongs. Let's do it together because it's fun. But, you know, obviously I want to do what you want to do. I mean, it's fun for me to make it by myself, but it's also fun to make with friends, right? Or should we do an in-person retreat? I'm really, really noodling that too. It's hard though. You'd have to bring a sewing machine. But then we could go to Mount Vernon. Friends, what do you think? All right, I've rambled on enough. I feel like this video is going to be way longer than I thought, and I only had 2 stitching whips, but here we are, like, I don't even know how long. But that is what I have for you today, friends. So I hope you found something that you liked, you added to your, you want to stitch wish, added to your wish list, all the things. And so until next time, friends, happy quilting, happy making, happy knitting, and of course, happy stitching.